What's up, everyone? Ty Credit with Credit Suite here. Today we're talking about building business credit. Most importantly, we're talking about using business credit to actually get money you need to get you through any kind of recession. Look, one of the reasons that I love business credit is even everything we're seeing right now with the dramatic change to our economy, you're still able to get very high limit business credit cards regardless of personal credit history, regardless of what's happened with your revenue, regardless of whether or not you have collateral, regardless of whether or not you're in a high-risk industry. There's so many benefits about building business credit that a lot of people just don't even realize. And the reality is we're just getting started right now. I mean, we are just moving towards a potential recession. We don't even know what this recession is going to look like, how long it may last. It could even go into a depression. We don't know. There's so many unknowns. So the question is, are you financially prepared for this? Well, this is exactly what we're talking about today, is how to use business credit to do this. Jansen's got the right idea. Jansen, thank you much for the likes and loves. If this makes sense to you and provides value, please go ahead and send me a like, send me a love. It lets me know I'm on the right track, and tell me where you're from too. I always like to see where everybody's tuning in from. So today, by the end of this training, you're going to know exactly what business credit can do for you, how to get business credit. I'm going to map out the steps that you need to know to build business credit, and we are going to use business credit as a tool to recession-proof your business by giving you access to more usable revolving credit than you'll probably even know what to do with. That's a good problem to have, right? To have so much access to credit that you don't even know what to do with it. Well, that's exactly what we're going to be diving into today. So today, we're talking about recession-proof business credit benefits. We're going to go through a lot of stuff you don't know about business credit, everything you need to know about getting business credit, and how you can actually use this to fund your business going through what's going on right now. So being that the case, look, the world's changed, right? Business owners are more concerned than ever before about getting the money they need to actually grow their business, even survive. A lot of people are trying to figure this out. Well, business credit is one of many answers that you can use because it's a way to get money for your business when you just can't get other kind of money. Let me give you an example. The number one kind of loan available for business owners is called revenue lending. Merchant cash advances, revenue lending. It's based on you having consistent revenue, and they lend you money in 24 to 48 hours, even with bad credit, based on only your revenue. You see the problem with that? That program, poof, imploded, basically went away overnight, which means the number one funding program in this country for subprime credit challenge borrowers immediately evaporated when this all went down. It may come back. We don't know. But it's one more reason that you really need to focus on business credit, because business credit will get you the money you need even when you can't get other kind of capital. And when you can get other kind of capital, business credit's what's looked at to determine the rates and terms you should get, how long your terms should be, how cheap your interest rate should be, how much money you should get. It's all based on your business credit quality. So not only can business credit help you get money when you can't get money anywhere else, but even when you can get money elsewhere, business credit's the basis of how much you're going to get and the terms you're going to get on that. And Daniela says you're from the Bronx. I hope you're staying safe up there, Daniela. Everybody tell me where you're from. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I love Milwaukee. You guys brew good beer up there. Okay, so business credit. We are talking about credit that's linked to this, not to this, okay? So what happens here is this has separating your personal credit and it's from your business credit. So your business has a credit report, your personal has a credit report. Your personal credit report's linked to this, your business credit report's linked to this. So never forget, when I'm talking about business credit, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about two different silos. I got to do it this way. Two different silos, because you know if I would have used the other finger, it wouldn't have worked out well. Two silos. This silo is for personal credit. It's linked to your social. It's everything based on your ability to pay your bills. Then we've got this silo, and this is business credit built on your EIN based on your businesses to pay its bills. The good thing is when we build this silo doesn't need to be used when you get credit. They ignore the personal credit silo, and they only look at your business credit quality. So that's our goal. Leave my personal credit alone. Issue me money based on the quality of my business credit. What we're doing here is we're giving your business the ability to fund itself. It's that simple. Your business gains the ability to build a little credit profile and score, and then use that to get more and more money. The business is funding itself using its own credit profile. That's the goal. Now, Danielle says, what if you have no revenue and you have no revenue to start your business? That's okay. Business credit works. Great question. Business credit works even as a startup. It works even as a nonprofit. It works regardless of revenue. It works regardless of collateral. It works regardless of personal credit. Anybody can get it. If you have a social security number in this United States or a TIN number, you can get business credit. You just have to have the ability to get an EIN number. That's all I'm saying. You need either a social security number or a TIN number to prove you're a citizen in this country to actually get an EIN. If you can get an EIN, you can do what I'm going to explain to you today. Okay, I have an EIN number. Perfect, you just said that. Danielle was like, I have an EIN. That's exactly what I just said. Okay, so scores can diverge dramatically here, and here's why. Because what happens is your scores with business credit are based only on your business's ability to pay its bills. It's based on your payment history. If you pay your bills on time, you get a good score. That's why it's so fast. I'm going to show you how to do this fast. Because you can get credit quickly because all we have to do is get some credit that reports to the business reporting agencies, pay it as agreed, that'll give you a good score. Then we use a good score as a springboard to bounce off of to then get all kinds of usable credit. But it can be done this way because the credit's only based on payment history. Your personal credit scores are based on payment history. That's good. 30% on utilization. So when this economy crashes like it has and all of a sudden your business is tightening up, you have less money coming in, what do? You rely on your personal credit cards. That sinks your personal credit scores. Business credit's only based on payment history, so utilization and all these things, the other things that affect personal credit really aren't factors for the most part, which is why it can be built so quickly, okay? So a lot of different things that we can do here because we're basically separating personal and business credit, and the scores can be built so quickly. Now again, this is credit in a business name, but here's the most important part. It's based on the business's ability to pay, not the owner's. If there's one important thing I'm going to teach you about business credit today, this could be it. We're getting credit based on your business's ability to pay, not you as the owner. So what that means is you might think that you can only get credit based on your personal credit history, or that your personal credit history may suck, and that's going to affect your ability to get business credit. It doesn't. Because what I'm going to show you today is how to get business credit without your personal credit even being looked at. We're going to build a little business credit profile. Then we're going to go, hey, Mr. Credit Issuer, I want to use this business credit profile to qualify for your credit card, not my personal credit. And then they may say, you can't do that. I'm going to teach you how to say, nah, yeah, I can. Here's how I want to do it. So that's what happens. Your personal credit's ignored, your business credit's looked at, and we're going to get you credit based on your business's ability to pay. So if you start right now and prove that your business is responsible enough to pay its bills, then you can get more and more credit based on that one factor without personal credit even being looked at. So it's based on your business's ability to pay, not yours. So if done right, there's no personal credit check. Because again, what we're doing is we're going to the credit issuers and saying, we have business credit. Our business has ability to show you that it pays its bills on time. So you don't need my personal credit because my business should be able to stand on its own. Okay, a lot of people don't realize this. If you look at the definition of personal guarantees are required because your business cannot, by definition, stand on its own. So what we're doing is building a business credit profile to help your business stand on its own so your personal credit's not even looked at. We can go to the credit issuer and go, look at my business credit history. They look at it and they go, I see. And then they approve you based on that, not your personal credit history. So it helps us separate this personal and business credit quality. Okay, and what this also does is it means the business owner is not personally liable for business credit. Let me explain to you why this is so important. Let me explain to you why I'm standing here today in front of a chalkboard explaining what business credit is. I lost my butt in the mortgage crisis. I owned a mortgage company. The whole thing crashed. And here's how it goes down, in case you don't know. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. I built a good company. Then something out of left field like coronavirus happens, and all of a sudden you realize you have no freaking control. As entrepreneurs, anything can come out of left field and knock us completely off center and shut down our business overnight with no control. That's what I learned going through the mortgage crisis. But here's what happened to me. I got credit for my business, and it reported I used credit for my business that reported on my personal credit report. Sound familiar? Then I signed as personal guarantees for the revolving credit I got for the business. Sound familiar? Here's what the outcome was for me. The business started to cave because the business was shut down because of the mortgage crisis, right? So then what happens? We started to default on the revolving credit. I'm fine. I can get through the mortgage crisis. I have $250,000+ in revolving credit. Not anymore. When the business late payments showed on my personal credit report, my personal credit card issuers immediately lowered my limits to what I owed. 30% of our consumer credit scores are based on utilization, what percentage of credit we use. So what happens is when all my available credit went to zero, my credit scores tanked. I had no more revolving credit to pull myself through. Insult to injury, when we defaulted on the business debt, Bank of America came into my personal bank account and removed every dime of cash. They removed it all. Now, I don't know about you, but it wasn't all there because I had checks written against it. So all those checks defaulted. It was insane. So my credit was gone and my cash was gone, all because I guaranteed things in my business name. Now, years later, I would figure out how this whole thing works, that the big guys know and that we don't, the little guys. We're not taught this crap, not in business school, not in colleges. And I realized this could change our life. And so I've been trying to prepare you for coronavirus, to know that all of a sudden, something again out of left field happens, knocks us off all center, shuts down our business overnight. And now a lot of people are going to be responsible for what happened in their business because of this. They clean out your bank account. Hand raised, happened to me. They go ahead and they report it on your personal credit reports and ruin your personal credit and remove your personal credit available credit. Happened to me. It will happen. So what we've got to do is we got to stop this. We stop it by making you not personally liable for your business debts. So we're going to get business credit that you're not personally liable for. So we're creating a barrier here between your personal and your business assets. We're separating your business and your personal credit reports. We're separating your business and your personal assets. Your personal assets cannot be touched by your business credit issuers, okay? So this way, what happens is they can come after your business assets, but they can't come after your personal assets. So this is absolutely vital in a recession, because when things like the coronavirus happen that's unexpected, you need to protect your personal assets at no cost from your business. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people are now learning this the hard way because they didn't do it. Be honest, they didn't do it. People are now watching this stream that have not watched this for years because this is very relative, and they have not listened to the threat that I've been talking about for years. Now is the time. You've got to separate your personal and business credit. You've got to separate the liability. You've got to separate the reporting of your credit. That's what gives you the money to make it through the impending recession, which we will all face. So it saves your personal credit utilization. Remember, a third of your personal credit score is utilization, 30%. And a lot of business owners use personal credit cards for business expenses, and that hurts your personal utilization. And then what that does is it tanks your personal credit score because 30% of your personal credit score is utilization. This happens all the time. It's the number one mistake I see business owners make. Number one, everything costs twice as much to run a business as we think and takes twice as long to get the results that we expect. You know what I'm saying? We all know that, right? I got some likes that are like, yeah, I get that. So what happens here is that when you come in and you use personal credit cards thinking, I'm just going to put a little bit of money for the business on my personal credit cards, you tank your personal credit. You ruin your personal credit's ability to get you the money you need, like other kind of loans and credit lines, when you could have used business credit cards for that account. Those purchases, that's what I'm going to show you. Let's keep this utilization off your personal credit cards and put it on your business credit cards instead. And again, what this does is it helps you prepare for the recession, especially as the recession happens and it deepens. It can deepen into this. We don't even know what's going to happen. So what happens is it prepares you because it's getting you credit before you even need it, or maybe you need it right now. So in order to do this, we've got to build this credit history for your business so you can access the money you need. Not to mention that if you start building business credit, then trade credit can be used to buy the stuff that you need to buy. One of my favorite images I used recently on my slides is people with massive boxes of toilet paper and massive boxes of paper towel that they bought from Uline, okay, and they bought from Quill, showing that you can use all kinds of stuff you need right now, use it on credit that you don't have to pay back for 30 to 60 days. It eases your cash flow. We all need that right now. We don't know what's going to happen. So not having to pay our bill for 30 to 60 days is a huge benefit. Then the minute you pay that, you actually show the business credit reporting agency and you build a business credit trade line. Chili says, great show, separate personal needs from business requirements. Yes, absolutely. So this trade credit removes cash flow constraints because you're accessing credit that you really need. And it also works better with your bank. It helps you get access to the money that you need. So it's interesting, when the very first loan came out from all this mess, the EIDL, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan that everybody was going for, one thing I noticed that a lot of people didn't notice is that you must meet normal credit requirements of SBA. That means to get the emergency disaster assistance you need to have business credit established. Business credit per SBA looks at a score called the FICO SBSS score. And this is primarily driven based on business credit. If you have no established business credit, you cannot have a FICO SBSS score high enough to get an SBA loan. That's how it works. So a lot of you that applied for EIDL and never saw the money came in and saw a credit check take place on your credit, now you know part of the reason that contributes. Because in order to get an SBA loan, you have to have a FICO small business score high enough. You can't have that without building business credit. So now the time comes that you need economic emergency assistance, you can't get it. Because what happens is you don't have the credit requirements that you need. So having the credit requirements you need helps you work better with your bank because you can't even get an SBA loan without building business credit. Now, it also helps you build a payment history that lenders and credit issuers look at to approve you for all kinds of credit cards, credit lines, and loans. And your credit limits are super high. Per SBA, they're 10 to 100 times higher than with consumer credit. But look, I'm just going to put it to you like this. We see people all the time get their first business credit revolving store credit cards with $10,000 to $30,000 limits in 30 to 90 days. I'm going to show you how today to do exactly that. Now, a lot of people say, that's insane. That doesn't make sense. I have a 520 FICO score. How am I supposed to get a $10,000 business credit card? The reality is, if your consumer FICO's 520, you're probably getting $500 limit credit cards right now. But it doesn't matter. If we build a business credit profile that's not looking at your personal credit quality won't affect your ability to build business credit. And the thing is, your business has an appetite. It needs to spend more money than you do as an individual. This is why limits on business credit cards are so high. They are so high because you need that much credit to be able to get approved. Now, if this makes sense to you, you can feel free to give us a call. We'll help you get your business credit report. We'll help sit down with you at creditsuite.com or 877-600-2487. We will help give you the tips and tactics and everything you need to successfully build your business credit. So if we can help you along the way, I'm going to show our number a few different times here. So remember, high limits, 10 to 100 times higher than consumer credit. No personal credit check. I told you how that's possible because we're building credit for your business so your business fund itself. You're also building a business credit profile, but it doesn't happen automatically. You have to intentionally do this, but the good thing is it's much faster to build than you're ever going to find with consumer credit. And vendors, as I'm going to show you, are a big part of this process. So how do you do this? How do you get credit that doesn't require a credit check, that has super high limits, to build a history to make yourself more lendable, to get SBA loans, to create a barrier between your personal and business credit? Well, this is exactly how you do it. First of all, we got to build the fundability. Now, I talk a lot about fundability. Okay, so I'm only going to give you a little bit of a smidgen of what you need to know. Here's the bottom line. When you apply for a credit card, you either get an automated approval or you get that dreaded message that you'll hear by mail in 7 to 10 days. It ain't ever good. The message you get in the mail says, we denied you, denied, and here's the credit report that we looked at. My goal, your goal, we got to get automated approvals. How do we get automated approvals? We understand what the computers are looking for. That's what fundability is. So let's look at your business structure. You need to have the right entity, LLC, corporation, partnership. Stay away from sole proprietorships. You need to have a business address. You can have a physical address. You can have a virtual address. Home address at absolute last resort, but stay away from P.O. boxes and UPS addresses. Never use a cell phone or a home phone on an application for credit as your business phone. Get a business phone number. Get it listed with 411. Make sure that it's toll-free. Get a business website set up. Make sure your email address isn't partydude2020@gmail. Stay away from Gmail. Stay away from Yahoo. Get a professional email address linked to your domain. My email, info@creditsuite.com. My domain, creditsuite.com. You see the difference? So Brandon says, how do you build business credit when you haven't started your business yet? I will teach you. I'm actually teaching you this right now. So the answer, Brandon, is you set up the business. You go through, you set up the entity as I said. You go to irs.gov, you get the EIN number. You go get a physical address or a virtual address. You can go to creditsuite.com/virtual, or you can go to Alliance, DaVinci, or Regis themselves to get an actual virtual address. Now, you can use a home address, But some sources like Walmart will not approve you with the home address. And Dun & Bradstreet is now putting a Google Street View of your house on your business credit report. So if you don't want your lenders and credit issuers and everybody to pull your business credit report and see a picture of your house, you might want to stay away from home addresses. So now we have a website, we have a professional email, we have a phone number, we have an address. We go and set up our entity with the Secretary of State. Okay, we have an EIN number. Now we have the basics of a business. We also want to set up our business bank account, because some of these that I'm going to teach you will want to see a bank reference. They're going to want you to give a reference for your bank. So you're going to want to set up your business bank account. Now, once you've done this, you've set up your business fundably, basically. Okay, we come in and we got a professional website. We got a professional email address. We got our phone number that's toll free. We listed it with 411. We have our business address, okay, our virtual address, Regis, DaVinci, Alliance, etc. We set up that business bank account. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to set up with Dun & Bradstreet for our DUNS number. Now, DUNS number is 100% completely free. And we also, I want to do a search here, but I'm not going to teach you this just yet. So, the DUNS number is 100% completely free. If Dun & Bradstreet calls you, they'll try to sell you crap you don't need. So, don't ever get on the phone with them under any condition, or they'll sell you crap you don't need. I'm promising you, they're going to sell you crap you don't need. So, go to creditsuite.com/DUNS, D-U-N-S, and that gives you a free link to set up your DUNS number. If you can just Google free DUNS number and find a link there. It's about a 10 to 15 minute process. But again, I already told you, you're going to have your EIN. You're going to have your entity set up. You have to have your address, your phone number, all the stuff I told you first. Now we go get our DUNS number 100% free. It takes 2 to 4 weeks to get the DUNS number in the mail. To get a PAYDEX score, which is Dun & Bradstreet's #1 score. Thanks for that like. I got a single like. If this makes sense, guys, help me out. Give me some love. Okay, give me some likes. Give me some loves. Tell me where you guys are from. Just actually stay engaged with me here. Let me know you're with me. Okay, so once you go in and get the DUNS number, creditsuite.com. There we go. I got a like and a love. I have to ask for them, but I get them. creditsuite.com/DUNS will get you your free DUNS number, or search free DUNS number. You have to have 3 accounts reporting to Dun & Bradstreet and your DUNS number to get a PAYDEX score, the #1 score used in the business world. I'm going to help you get 3 accounts, but the first step, I got to help you get that DUNS number. So I've taught you now how to get that DUNS number from D&B. Now, you got to do a search with Equifax and Experian to see if anything's reporting with them now, and there's a very good reason for this, and I'm going to tell you where. Okay, now remember, guys, here's our number if we can help you along the way, 877-600-2487. We'll do a free search with the reporting agencies for you just by calling this number. We will do a free search with Equifax, free search with Experian, free search with Dun & Bradstreet, and help you get credit monitoring for free if you call us. So give us a call, 877-600-2487. So here's what we need to know. Remember I told you about Dun & Bradstreet? 3 accounts reporting to them before they'll give you a PAYDEX score. Here's the bigger problem. Experian and Equifax require 0 accounts reporting with them to get a score. 0. Here's what happens. If they know your business name, your address, and your industry code, they will give you a score, a failing score, even if you have no credit reporting. So that's crazy, right? We're used to having to do bad things to get bad credit, not in the business world. Experian and Equifax will give you a failing score just because they know you exist and you don't have good credit, or you don't have any credit established. How do you know if that's you? Go to creditsuite.com/reports, and you can do a free search with the reporting agencies to see if they know nothing about you, or they have your name and address, or they have your name and address and tell you you have trade lines. Now, if they know you exist, you want to immediately go here and get business credit monitoring. And you can get this at creditsuite.com/monitoring. creditsuite.com/monitoring. If you do this search and you see something is there, you need to see what is there. Okay, but if nothing is there, if you do a search now, Sedley Sharon says, what's Dun & Bradstreet's score range? 0 to 100, with 0 being the worst score you can get and 100 being the best, is how the PAYDEX score ranges. The main credit score with Dun & Bradstreet is PAYDEX. The main score with Experian is IntelliScore. The main score with Equifax is Small Business Risk Score. All range from 0 to 100, with 100 being the best score you can get. But be careful. Each reporting agency has about 5 scores you can see on your report, and they all look at different things. If you go to youtube.com/Credit Suite, I break down every bureau, and I have a video that goes through every single score so you'll know how they all work. But most of them are 0 to 100, with 100 being the best score, 80 to 90 range, meaning you pay your bills as agreed. So remember, we've come through, we set up our business where it's fundable. Then we got that bank account set up as part of our fundability. We got the DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet. We did the free search with Equifax Experian. If anything showed up, we went to creditsuite.com/monitoring. Guys, I'm not trying to self-promote to sell credit monitoring. No. Okay, credit monitoring is $250 a month with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. That's stupid. So we partner with NAV to give you literally the cheapest anywhere credit monitoring with all 3 reporting agencies. It's $24. And we did it so you can actually keep an eye on what's going on with your credit. So if you go to creditsuite.com/monitoring, instead of paying $250 with the bureaus, you get your reports for $24. That way you can actively keep an eye on what's really going on. Now remember, you don't need to get monitoring if nothing shows up on your search with DNB, Equifax, Experian. If something shows up, get monitoring. If nothing shows up, we want to start getting initial credit, and there's 2 very important ways to do it. Number 1, you have good personal credit. You have a 680 FICO score, or you have a guarantor that does. Mom does, dad does, friend does, investor does, sister does, brother, whoever. Anybody can sign as a guarantor. If you have good credit, or they do, you can get $150,000 in credit lines. No doc. You can get them as a startup. You can get them with no revenue. You can get them with collateral, only based on personal credit. You get 5 or more credit lines, no doc, 0% rates that report to the business credit reporting agencies. And that helps you build initial business credit with very high limit accounts. I have a secret that I've never told anybody, and I'm about to tell you right now. It's a secret. I'm excited. We worked with one of the sources that issues these credit lines, and we got them the ability to actually take the payment you pay them and report the payment you pay them to the reporting agencies. So not only will you get the credit lines up to $150,000 that you could use to actually buy anything you want to buy, and each one of those credit lines counts as a trade line on your business credit reports. But when you pay the invoice, which by the way, you're using the credit lines you get to pay the invoice, the paying of the invoice itself now counts as a trade line and helps you build business credit. Because this is what we do. We help companies get the ability to report to the reporting agencies, so it makes it easier to build business credit. Now, if you have good credit or good credit guarantor, give us a call and we'll talk to you. It's called a credit line hybrid. Up to $150,000 in credit lines, reports to the business credit reporting agency. The payment of the invoice itself reports to the business credit reporting agencies. Get it as a startup, no docs, 0% rates for up to 18 months, and you can actually take the cash out of the credit lines at 0%. That's why I call it credit line hybrid. Benefit of 0% rates and take cash out. You've never seen that before. I know, because we helped create this whole thing. 0% interest rates and no doc, and take cash out and build business credit. But what if you don't have a 680 FICO score? Well, then that's when you want to come in and you want to use these guys right here, vendors. Vendors are companies that will issue you credit on terms like net 30, net 60, net 55. Now, what these little guys will do is these guys will give you credit you need. They will delay the payment for a month, month and a half, 2 months. They're all different depending on which one you go with. And then when you pay the bill, they report your payment to the business credit reporting agencies, Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian. So let me give you an example. Quill, Q-U-I-L. I got a wow and a like. Thank you guys for the likes and the loves. I appreciate it. And hope this recorded. It is. It's on our Facebook page. Okay, so Quill. Quill says over 1 million products, office supplies, stuff that you and I need. There's no way you don't need things at Quill. If so, go to Uline. You need toilet paper. You need paper towel. We all do right now. I never thought I would try to promote toilet paper as being the big go-to item you could buy, but somehow it is right now in the moment. So Quill and Uline, right? You go buy toilet paper. You put the stuff in your cart. You set up an account. You go to checkout, and they give you something similar to Invoice Me. Okay, that's what it is with one of them. It's a little bit different with all of them. You say, I want to be invoiced, and you check out, and you're like, wow, I never gave them a credit card information. I just said invoice me. If they email you back and notify you they shipped the item, you are approved. They don't give you a credit card. They don't say, congratulations, you're approved. Your limit's $2,500. Shh, it's secret. They just gave you a credit line, and they didn't make a big deal about it. They just took stuff that you put in the cart, they shipped it to you, and you didn't give them a credit card. That means you bought it on credit. Now, the minute you can pay the bill, pay it. Okay, now, if money's not tight, then pay it the minute they ship just to get the trade line. If money is tight, then pay it as soon as you can as time permits. You might be using vendor credit to just buy time until this thing passes. And hey, why not, right? Buy toilet paper, buy paper towel, buy office supplies, and wait 2 months to pay it? Okay. And build business credit while I'm doing it? Okay, that sounds good to me. You can win either way. So you're buying stuff you need, you're delaying the payment for months, and you're building business credit at the same time. But as soon as you can pay that bill, pay the bill. Because remember, business credit scores are based only on how you pay your bills. So we want to pay this as soon as we possibly can pay it to make sure that our scores are good. Now what happened? Now let's talk about vendors. Uline, Quill, Granger, Behalf, they sell outdoor equipment. Strategic Network Solutions, they sell computer kind of stuff. Summa Office Supplies, they sell office supply stuff. I gave you a bunch of them, more than you're probably even going to need. Now, Kendra said it's as simple as going on the website and adding stuff to the cart. Okay, let's go through this process again, Kendra. And that word simple is tricky, so let's talk about where you get stuck. So yes, it's as simple as go to Quill, put stuff in your cart, go to checkout, set up an account, choose Invoice Me, and see what happens. Okay, couple things, couple caveats per se. Some of them may have a minimum purchase that you may make. I can't teach you that here because they're all different, right? Now, if you're a client, I'm not trying to self-promote, but this is why at Credit Suite, we tell you how much you need to spend with each one if they have that restriction. Some of them may have you spend $50 or $100 to report the item. How do you know? You have to call them and ask them, okay? Our clients have access to all that in the system we tell them. You have to call and ask them. Some of them have that requirement. But as long as you spent what needs to be spent, usually $50 if they do have a requirement, and you come in, you go to Invoice Me. Now, they're going to either send you 1 or 2 emails. They're going to say, sorry, we couldn't approve you. And the reason that they couldn't approve you is because you screwed up your fundability. You said, Ty, I want money, and I'm going to skip all that other cool stuff you said. Skip it all, and I'm going to go to getting money. If you did that and you skipped my advice on fundability, they're going to come to you, Kendra, and they're going to say, hey, skipped Ty's advice. You didn't build fundability. We're not going to give you credit at this time. If that happens, Kendra, then you order a second time, and by the third time, they will approve you, okay? The first 2 times are punishment for not following my advice to build fundability. Honestly, all jokes aside, if you set up your business where it's fundable as I taught you, you'll get approved right away. But if you don't, it's because your fundability's jacked up. And if your fundability's jacked up, they may make you place 2 or 3 orders before they approve you. But by the second or third order, they will approve you. Now, Kendra, here's the other alternative. 9 out of 10 times, they ship the items. And they say, your items are on its way. They don't say, congratulations, you're approved for credit. They don't send you a credit card in the mail. They don't even mention a credit line. They just approved you. Now, if you called them and say, hey, you shipped my items, I got a credit line, how much is it? They would tell you how much the credit line is, but they would never notify you by email that it is. They would just ship your items. The minute they ship your items, congratulations, Kendra, you just got business credit. They didn't make a big deal about it, but you ordered stuff, you paid on credit, you didn't give them a credit card, and they shipped it to you, you just got business credit. Now, the final and most important step, you gotta pay that bill as early as possible to get the good score. Remember that, okay? Now, Chili says, buy toilet paper and paper towels. Simple. Yeah. A lot of stuff you can buy from Quill, over 1 million products that they sell. Okay, Andrew says, we're going to need a list of these vendors. I gave you a list already. Remember, guys, and again, not trying to self-promote, okay, but if you're a Credit Suite client, we work with companies to get the ability to report to the business credit reporting agencies. Our clients build websites. Our clients do marketing. Our clients do SEO. Our clients get phone services, and it all reports to the business credit reporting agencies. But I gave you at least 6 that can help you as well, okay? Now, Skip says, valuable information. Appreciate it, Skip. Selby says, everything Ty is saying is accurate. It's working for me, and it's free info. Awesome. I appreciate that. And Moses says, hey, Ty, is your contact company still submitting applications for EIDL at this time? We are not, but if you go to creditsuite.com/PPP, you can get in touch with one of my broker that helped get our SBA deal done. Hopefully that helps you. Danielle says, do you need a virtual address for Quill credit line? You don't. You can get approved with a home address there. Kendra says, where's the info to become a Credit Suite client? I'm new to your lives. Oh, welcome. Well, you can give us a call. If you give us a call or you visit us online at creditsuite.com or /console, here's what happens on our call. On our call, we do a free fundability check. We check your Secretary of State records. We see how fundable you are. We do a free check with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian to see if you're set up with them now. If you need to get business credit, we help you get business credit for absolutely free. We tell you all the funding you can get, and we give you some insight on building initial business credit. It all happens one of two ways: by giving us a ring or visiting us online and scheduling a consultation. By the way, we are probably 3 days moving on 5 days behind on consults. It's just the way that it is when you solve problems, okay? So that being said, 2 ways to get to us: call or consult. All right, so we got these guys, Kendra. Remember, we added to the cart, we made the purchase. Now we paid the bill. Now that we've got credit and we paid the bill, we got to get business credit better. We need to see this credit reporting. Now remember, as I told you, for those just getting here, there's 2 ways to build initial credit. You can use vendors, or you can get up to $150,000 in credit lines, no doc, if you have good credit. Either way, you'll build initial business credit. Then you need to see about a month later when this starts to report. So you go to creditsuite.com/monitoring. Now, we move to the next tier. I call this the retail credit tier. I call this the vendor credit tier, the retail credit tier, the fleet credit tier, the cash credit tier. So we are going to move with 5 accounts reporting at least to get store credit. This is credit with almost all major retailers: Staples, Office Depot, Lowe's, Home Depot, Sam's Club, Costco, Nordstrom, Macy's, you name a retailer, Apple, HP, Best Buy. They almost all have business credit. With 5 accounts in your business credit reports, you can start to get retail credit without a personal guarantee and credit check. This is very important, so listen very closely. With vendors, they're not going to ask for your social. Almost none of them will ask for your social. I don't know of anyone that does. Gimplers used to, and then Gimplers doesn't report anymore, so they don't even matter. Boo, Gimplers, you stopped reporting. But none of these will ask for your actual social. But when you get to retail credit, when you start to get to the store credit, the retail credit tier, credit with retailers, this is when they're going to start asking for your social, and here's why. June of 2018, the government passed a law that requires banks to verify your identity when you're applying for bank credit. So if you go to get a Staples credit card, it's not issued by Staples. It's issued by Citi. Citi underwrites the credit card. Citi's a bank. Citi's required by our government to verify your identity. So they're going to ask for your social security number to verify your identity. Now, some sources will tell you they're only using that to verify your identity. Others won't. The ones that don't, do not give them your social unless you read the small print and make sure the small print says they're not going to do a credit check. Or if they are going to do a credit check, call them to do your application or fax them your application, and do not give them the social unless you clarify that it's for identity purposes only. If you don't do this, they're going to pull your personal credit and they're going to make the underwriting decision based on that. We don't want that. We don't want the inquiry. We don't want our personal credit to matter. So we have to tell them, if they don't tell us through the application process we're only using your social for identity purposes, we want to call or fax the app to them and say, hey, I'm not giving you my social. I'll give you my social to verify my identity if I'm required to, but I'm not going to let you pull my personal credit. And they may say, you have to give us your social. We can't do this without it. Blah, blah. They don't know. They're clueless. These people work for like $15 an hour on the front end. They don't even know what they're saying. So what you're going to say to them is say, stop. Shh. Sometimes shh works. Listen, submit my application without a personal credit check. I'm not giving you authorization to pull my personal credit. Sometimes you have to argue with them a little because they're dumb. They don't know. And then they'll push your credit, they'll push the application through without you actually having a credit check. Now what's going to happen is this. Based on how many of these guys you have, how many trade lines are on your business credit reports will determine if you get approved with this retail credit or not. And here's what I mean. Staples may approve you with 5 accounts. Office Depot may need 8. So you might apply for Office Depot and get denied because you don't have enough accounts reporting on your business credit reports to get approved yet. So some retailers will start to approve you with 3, 4, 5 accounts on your business credit reports. Some want 10. You don't know. Now, again, not trying to self-promote, but if you're our client, we tell you that. We tell you every credit issuer and exactly what their requirements are, and we tier it so you know which ones to apply for in which order. But that's why we take 3 years of this process and condense it to 6 months. Because we're telling you what to apply in what order so you know you get approved. You don't have to apply and figure out that you don't have enough trade lines. But if you don't know that information, you have to apply. If you don't get approved, that's okay. Go back to them after you add a few more trade lines. It just means you don't have enough trade lines yet. Now, William says, can you use your home address on Granger and Uline? Yes, you can. But remember, some sources like Walmart won't let you. Okay, Cedric says, William Powell, okay, so that being said, now we're moving to the store credit tier. With 5 accounts reporting, we start getting retail credit. Credit with almost all major retailers. We get the credit, we use the credit, we pay the bill, we make sure they're showing on our business credit reports. Remember, we got credit monitoring at creditsuite.com/monitoring. We make sure they're on the reports. When we get 8 accounts, then we move to the fleet credit tier. The fleet credit tier, fleet credit is for people that own a fleet of vehicles. It's gas cards, it's BP, it's Sunoco, it's Chevron, it's Pilot Flying J. It's gas cards. You use it for fuel, you use it for auto repairs, you use it for maintenance. I know a lot about building business credit. I have 0 fleet credit cards because I don't have a fleet of vehicles. I don't even drive to the office, right? So because of that, I don't need gas cards. A lot of people, like our trucker clients that drive big rigs, man, they love gas cards because it's $600 to $1,000 to fill your tanks. You may skip fleet credit tier is what I'm saying because it might not work for you. But when you have 14 total accounts reporting, that's when you get to the actual cash credit tier. This is when you get to the final actual tier of credit. This is where you start to get to Visa cards, MasterCards, American Express, auto financing, all without the personal guarantee and credit check. And all of that happens with 14 accounts reporting on your business credit reports. Boom, that's the process. Get the vendor account or use your good credit to get credit line hybrid and get credit lines first. Next, with 5 accounts reporting, move on to retail credit. That's credit with most major retailers. When you have 8 accounts, you can start to get fleet credit, gas cards, fuel cards. With 14 accounts, you get Visa, MasterCard, auto financing, all without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. Here is our number if we can help you along the way. Remember, we do a free fundability check for you. We do the free check with Equifax, Experian, and Dun & Bradstreet for you for free. Then we come in and we actually will help you get credit monitoring for free. We'll give you tips and tactics. And of course, we're going to talk to you about building business credit with us as well because I'll be giving you a little hint. It's cheaper to work with us than it is to do it on your own because we give you so much stuff for free at our discount that you're going to pay a premium for if you do it on your own. But I don't care. You can go to creditsuite.com, top right of our page, follow us on social. We teach so much of these processes of how to get money and credit. You can do it on your own, or you can work with us if you want the faster path. You choose. But either way, we're able to help you on that initial call. So, Robin says, so you're filing with the retailers with your business name? Yes. So when you apply for retail credit with Staples, you go, and again, if you're a client, we give you the links to do this. If not, you have to go Google, Staples commercial credit application. You fill out the credit. They're going to ask for your business name, your EIN, your basic business information. Then they may ask you to identify yourself by providing your social. You only give them that if they clearly say that they're not going to do a personal credit check. If they do, you call them or fax them. And then you apply, you get the retail credit, you get 8 accounts, you get the fleet credit, 14 accounts, you get the Visa, MasterCard credit. That's how the process works. So in a nutshell, I'm not going to summarize all this because we went over a lot. We're talking about building business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social, creating a barrier between your business and personal assets. We're talking about being ready for the impending recession because you're building a tremendous amount of revolving credit that also helps you become more lendable. Getting trade credit that helps you get through the entire mess by delaying your payments for a month to 2 months. We're helping you get SBA loans and make yourself more lendable with your actual bank, as well as getting very high limit revolving accounts without collateral, without cash flow, without credit checks, all for your business EIN that's not linked to your social. How did we do it? We built the fundability. We made sure all your business was set up where it's credible. I'm not going to go through all that again. Then what we did was we got our free DUNS number with Dun & Bradstreet, creditsuite.com/DUNS or Google free DUNS number. Then we came in and we either used starter vendors to get initial credit, or we got a credit line hybrid where you can get up to $150,000 in no-doc credit lines that report to the business credit reporting agencies using personal credit to qualify. I gave you 2 options: vendors that require no good credit, or credit line hybrid, which has good credit and gets you $150,000 in no-doc credit lines at an extra trade line. Either way, we built initial credit. Then we're actually seeing that credit report through creditsuite.com/monitoring. Then we're getting retail credit. Once we have 5 accounts of these vendors, we get to store credit. Then we get to fleet credit with 8 accounts. We get to cash credit with 14 accounts. And at least one account needs to have a $10,000 high limit to get the actual cash credit. Whammo. There we go. Now you have a business credit profile and score. You got it without collateral. You got it without credit check. You got it without cash flow verification. And now you can start actually really using high limit credit cards. So think about it. You can use Amazon. You can use Walmart. All these retailers that you're using now, you could use credit and build your business credit history every time you use that credit card. Every time you use it, it shows on your business credit report. And then lenders and credit issuers that you want to give you money see that history, and it makes it way easier to get the money you need from them as well. And Skip says, Credit Suite is awesome. Been using their program for a couple of years. Currently have 18 accounts plus and over 100,000 in available credit. So Skip, you know I love you, man. That's awesome. Many with cash option, service after the sale are untouchable. So, as Skip just said, heck of results. 18 accounts reporting, 100,000 in available credit, and we take very good care of our clients. But you guys, you know me well enough to know there's two paths. I'm going to give from my heart and give you as much information for free as I possibly can and help you. But look, don't be naive. I mean, you're going to run into issues along the way. That's where we're here to help. If we can help you, give us a ring along the way, 877-600-2487. Okay, don't forget, we'll do the free fundability check with you. We'll help you get set up with the reporting agencies. We'll help you get free business credit reports. And it's way cheaper to work with us and try to do this on your own. And you'll get results about 2.5 years faster. But there's our number if we can help you along the way. You can also schedule a consultation right there. If you missed this and it's in any part of this, go to facebook.com/credit suite. Go to videos. You'll see this is the most recent video, and you'll see exactly how to do this process soup to nuts. Now, in future live streams, I'm going to teach you all about getting money. Venture capital, loans, credit lines, money for real estate investing. Those will be my next 2 weeks worth of streams. We go live on Facebook twice a week, 2 o'clock on Tuesday and 11 o'clock on Wednesday. 11:30 on Thursday. So 2 o'clock on Eastern and 11:30 on Thursday Eastern time, we go live on Facebook. So I'll see you again live at 11:30 Eastern, where all this is gone. These chalkboards are gone. All of these topics we have now covered in 2 weeks. So these chalkboards get wiped and we start over, and we will start Thursday at 11:30 with teaching you how to get money for your business. So don't make sure you don't miss that. And David says the other day, Ty was on Facebook Live and spoke about prepaid legal services and how awesome they were. And he's saying, I've been with Prepaid Legal for over 16 years. And he's also giving you a link to sign up. He's an affiliate with Prepaid Legal, a legal shield. I love it. It's a fantastic service. We talked about that with getting your business set up as well. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Don't forget, if we can help you along the way, give us a ring, 877-600-2487. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.